Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Command & Conquer Red Alert. It is on to Allies Mission 3, probably the only mission for which we're actually going to do both variants. We actually don't get a proper briefing for this mission, just this text blurb. It says, Top secret to Field Commander A9, Intelligence recon shows heavy Soviet movement in your area. Nearby bridges are key to Soviet advancement. Destroy all bridges ASAP. Tanya will assist, by which they mean Tanya will do everything. Keep her alive at all costs. Confirmation code 1612, transmission ends. Alright, so pretty simple mission. Find and destroy all the bridges in the area to arrest the advancement of the Soviet tanks. I'm worried if I shoot this guy, I'm going to ignite the barrels and kill the medic. Nope, didn't happen. Good, good. Medic will be important for Tanya's health. Oh, another Soviet soldier. They like to hide behind the trees. Now, sorry for the constant comparisons to the original CNC, but since, as I said, this and the original Command & Conquer are pretty much tied for my favorite game ever, the comparisons are kind of inevitable. In the original CNC, on the GDI side, the Commando mission was Mission 6, so not like end game by any means, but it's a ways into the game. It's definitely mid-game. Here we get a Commando mission at Mission 3, very, very early in the campaign. Another interesting contrast. We see that we've got another medic and an engineer being held captive over here, and that we're not going to want to ignite those barrels or we will kill them instantly. Also, if we try to move them, they will be instantly killed as well. Now, we don't really need them to complete the mission, but they would be useful. The artillery kind of took its time destroying that, but luckily the grenadiers stepped away from the explosive barrels, so now we can, and we already did, kill the grenadier without igniting the explosive barrels, which is going to allow us to get those guys out of there and not die horribly. Alright, I don't know if we're going to find a use for the engineer, but you never know, like we could capture the enemy construction yard. We have no credits, so we... Quiet, Tanya. So we couldn't build anything with it, but we'll keep an eye out for opportunities to do something interesting with him. We would have to use the artillery to weaken buildings before capturing them. Because Tanya, of course, can either destroy buildings completely or can't hurt them at all. Now, she cannot use her C4 against this structure, which, depending on the mission, represents either a technology center or a prison. The reason for that is because in Mission 5, Tanya is hard-coded to shoot at the structure with her guns instead of C4ing it as kind of a cinematic or narrative device. As a side effect, she can never destroy those structures with her C4 ever, which is just kind of an interesting little quirk of the engine. However, if we use the artillery to destroy that structure, we see that there is a crate inside it, which gives us some money, which might provide an opportunity to do something interesting with the engineer. We'll keep an eye out for a chance to do that. Now, Tanya, she will never attack autonomously. If an enemy attacks her first, she will defend themselves against it. She'll retaliate when she takes damage. But she will never initiate an attack against an enemy unit, which storyline-wise makes no sense. But from a balance perspective, it does make sense, because she would be pretty overpowered if she did attack things of her own volition. Basically, she's a unit that it is mandatory that you micro with her, essentially. Now, this mission does have a variety of kind of screw-you mechanics, where there are units, dogs and a V2 rocket launcher specifically. Look, right there, That was close. That will just kind of pop out of nowhere and kill you and end the mission. I'm not a fan of that kind of game design. I'm really going to hate the dogs in this playthrough because, for recording reasons, I am having to play the game in windowed mode. And the window is the size of a postage stamp on my screen, which makes precision clicking much more difficult than normal. So there is a chance I will be dying to dogs pretty frequently. In fact, it's already happened off screen, and I'm just going to edit it out. Okay, those guys got off some shots on us, and we seem to have attracted a lot of attention. There's enemies approaching from all over the place. Wow, look at them all. Oops, misclicked. See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like I said, it's going to look like I can't click to save my life, but it's because this is real tiny on my screen. Okay, so if we blow these barrels... We just destroyed a V2 that we can't see, a V2 rocket launcher. But if we had approached within range of it with Tanya, it would just fire a missile at her and kill her. And there's nothing you can do about it. The only way to not have that happen is to know it's there and not wander into its range. I think it was parked right up here. As I said, I'm not a fan of that kind of game design. I call it screw you game design. It's kind of lame. Pretty sure there's another dog over here, so I'm going to lead with the artillery, which should be able to kill it.
What's up? Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Where are you at, dog?
Affirmative.
I know it's over here, because it killed me, and on the runs that I'm editing out. Where the heck did it go?
Affirmative.
It's hiding. Whatever. We can... There it was. Good job, artillery. We can see the 4 bridges we need to destroy all up here. So we essentially can win the mission already. And this is completely unnecessary, but just for fun, to experience more of the possibilities of the mission. I'm going to go ahead and capture this construction yard with my engineer and see what I can build. See if we can do anything fun and clever with that. Alright, any more dogs or anything? Let's just blow those explosive barrels. Looks like we killed at least one man with a fiery death, and we blew one of the bridges. There's a flame tower, which will kill Tanya if she gets in range of it. If you're very lucky, she can sometimes destroy a flame tower without dying, but it's difficult. Unlike in CNC, engineers cannot immediately take over buildings with a single engineer. You have to get the building down into red health first, like that. I have mixed feelings about that. Part of me prefers the CNC approach because engineers are way less useful with this design. But one could argue that engineers are kind of overpowered in Command & Conquer and can just instantly turn the tide of an entire match. And this does mitigate that. Okay, well, we can build some infantry for scouting and stuff. There is a... oh, what's it called? There's a Red Alert Online, a fan-made, sort of modernized version of the original Red Alert. That... and Command & Conquer as well. And in one of those, either the Command & Conquer or the Red Alert, I forget which one, the way that they balanced the engineers was that there's just a timer that appears next to a building when an engineer approaches it. And once the timer hits 0, then the building is captured. I think I prefer that balance more than anything. I think that really preserves the usefulness of the engineers, but removes some of the cheapness of how you can just do an NG rush and instantly win. Alright, so I'm just going to use some of these guys as scouts. And I'm going to go ahead and sell the MCV for more money so we can crank out some more infantry. Again, this is 100% unnecessary to complete the mission. I'm just having fun seeing what kind of tricks we can pull in this mission.
Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Training.
Yes, sir.
Send some scouting groups around.
Training.
Oh, bunch of enemies coming out to greet us. They were hiding behind the trees, the sneaky so-and-sos.
Lost.
I'm there.
Yeah, it's useful using these guys as scouts so that Tanya's not bumbling into the ambushes and possibly getting herself killed.
Training. Unit ready.
Enemies hiding behind trees all over the place over here, it seems.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
You destroy those explosive barrels. Good job, soldier.
Reporting at once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Agreed.
See what's over in this direction.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Alright, these guys will destroy these barrels. Oh boy, enemy tanks incoming.
Agreed. Very well.
Unit lost.
Tanya, get over there and destroy that bridge ASAP. Uh-oh.
Affirmative.
Okay, this is no good. Tanya, run.
Ready and agreed. Yes, sir.
Training.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Ordinarily, if you're not playing these silly shenanigans like I am, Tanya just destroys the bridge before the tank can cross it. And it's more of a cinematic than anything.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
Alright, we'll have time to get that bridge. Make sure to click on the part of the bridge nearest you, otherwise Tanya might strand herself on the other side of the bridge when she destroys it. Alright. Oh, the scouts I sent over there got killed. I'm curious what's over there, so let's go check that out. We are making the mission take way longer than it has to, but I'm having fun doing a thorough exploration of seeing absolutely everything that's in the mission. Oh, look at that sneaky dog. Good job, Tanya. Take him out.
Awaiting orders. Very well. At once.
Alright, let's get the barrels.
Agreed. At once.
Anything else over here? Oh, triggers an enemy paradrop.
Ready and waiting.
He's probably going to kill all our dudes, but Tanya will clean them up. Oh, that guy survived. Kill him, please. Thank you. Now, this is a little dangerous. If there's a dog hiding up in this shroud, it will instantly end the mission. But there's not, so let's destroy this bridge, and it'll be well done to us.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Aside from the fact that the terrain we were fighting on appeared to be the depths of winter, and that was much more summer-looking terrain, that was a very accurate representation of what happened. So I have mixed feelings about that mission. I like commando missions in general. I like pre-deployed missions because I think they provide good variety from just doing the standard base versus base all the time. It gets boring if that's all you ever do. But that mission relies pretty heavily on the screw-you ambushes with all the dogs and the V2 rocket launcher parked there in the shroud. And I'm not such a huge fan of that. But that is one of the Allied Mission 3s. Now we're going to do the other variation, because it's fairly different from that one. See you in a moment. Back to the nap screen. Good job, Self. Map screen. And now onto the other variation of Allied screen. Which has the same briefing, the same videos, so we can just kind of skip them this time. Okay. So first thing we notice is that this time Tanya is alone instead of having the assistance of an artillery. Also, the map has revealed the first of the bridges and is showing us 4 engineers up against looks like a firing squad up against a wall. So already this mission looks pretty different from the other variation. Like I said, the vast majority of the missions in Red Alert, when they have variations, the variations are incredibly similar to each other. But this mission in particular, they're actually pretty different. Different enough to definitely be interesting. Alright, so let's kill some of these guys. Alright, here's a friendly medic that they were chasing. So we rescued him. Now, we are going to... Well, first, let's have the medic escort Tanya. Escort, you hold down Control and Alt and your cursor turns gold. And then you click on the unit, and it will follow that unit around. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot the truck, which will cause it to panic and start driving off. When it gets near the explosive barrels, we're going to detonate them, which should destroy the truck. And it drops a crate, a money crate, which will be useful if we're able to rescue those engineers. Oh, sneaky guy hiding behind that tree. Alright. This variant of the mission makes much better use of terrain reveal as you cross boundaries. It just revealed that whole base to us. I really, really like that, and I tried to use it pretty heavily in the custom Red Alert alternative campaign I made. I really appreciate when it does that, so you don't just blindly stumble into things like V2 rocket launchers to insta-kill you. Okay, so we're going to want to rescue these guys by destroying their captors. If we start moving the engineers... Okay, leave my medic alone, you scumbag. If we just start moving the engineers, the enemy will just kill them immediately. So that's not going to be viable. Let's leave that bridge alone for now. We're going to go around this way, using our cursor scan to look for sneaky enemies hiding behind the trees. There's an AI-controlled friendly ranger sitting there. Watch out for any sneaky dogs waiting in the shroud. Oh, and as we cross this boundary, that triggers the AI-controlled ranger to begin booking it to the north. And it gets stopped at this checkpoint here. Now, if we destroy these guys who are blocking it, then it goes on a crazy kamikaze attack into that flame turret, destroying it, which is going to allow us to move up there. So, wow, what a noble self-sacrifice by whoever was driving that Jeep. That's kind of a cool little in-game cinematic. That's an example of the kind of thing that you'll see in Red Alert missions that you basically never saw in the original Command & Conquer missions, where you saw very, very little of that kind of thing, because the scripting engine is so much less flexible in Command & Conquer than it is in Red Alert. Honestly, the Red Alert scripting engine is really surprisingly flexible for how old this game is. You can make really cool, interesting missions with dynamic events using it. Alright, so if we can take out this flame turret, like so. Man, the enemies have a lot of explosive barrels in their bases. Not very intelligent of them. These guys panic and run away. And now we've rescued the engineers. And we have some money. So, if we can get those engineers into a building somewhere, we should be able to do something interesting with them. Alright, you know what? As long as we're over here, let's... First of all, I'm going to make a scum save. Scrum? No, this isn't software development. Scum.
Mission saved.
And then I'm going to speed the game up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Speed the game up. I just want to go back and destroy this bridge as long as we're here, so we don't have to super backtrack later. There we go, one bridge down. Okay. Now, let's make our way to the northeast. See another medic here. Whoa! Trying to do a sneaky paradrop over here. And if I were anywhere near that, I could detonate those barrels and instantly kill all those guys, but I wasn't close to it, so I wasn't able to do that. Look at that sneaky punk coming out of nowhere. I'm going to reload, because I'm pretty sure he just ruined what I wanted to do. Okay, now this game has a bug, where whenever you load a mission, the music stops playing. So I'm going to go ahead and restart it. Let's see, how about search? That doesn't sound... Is that search? No. What the heck? I swear, it's just picking random things to play. That is Bigfoot, not VR2. What the heck kind of crazy bug is this? What is even happening? That is Twin, not Ground Wire. Okay, whatever. What a bizarre bug. Anyway. Okay. So let's make our way up here to the northeast. What I'm about to do is 100% optional to complete the mission. But just like last time, I want to explore all the interesting little tricks that you can do in this mission. Oh, look at these guys going for the flank. Now, if Tanya were to take 2 grenades full on, that could put a quick end to our efforts. Now, we don't have anything that can weaken buildings, but this power plant is already at half health, which means 2 engineers can capture it. That is clearly very deliberate on the part of the mission designer. Because, we'll see right over here, is a sub-pen, which we can also capture using 2 engineers, because it's at half health as well. And now we can build a transport. Very interesting. Now, why might we want to do this? Well, we're about to find out why. You could also capture the radar dome, if you were so inclined. But your options are fairly limited due to the fact you only have 4 engineers and no units that can weaken buildings. Tanya either destroys a building completely or nothing. We're now killing the guys who got parry-dropped, who we couldn't kill with the explosive barrel trick because we were too far away. But now I'm going to load Tanya into this transport.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
And go ahead and explore the ocean a bit.
Acknowledge.
See what there is to find.
Affirmative.
You don't have to do any of this at all. And in fact, this is basically an Easter egg as far as I'm concerned. A tricky little secret that's not easy to find.
Affirmative. Acknowledge.
But if you go up here with the transport, you get a couple of light tanks as reinforcements. You don't need these guys at all to complete the mission. They're completely unnecessary. But it's just kind of a fun little trick that you can do.
Affirmative.
I really like it when missions have little hidden
Yes, sir.
hidden things like this.
Reporting.
And we can explore a little bit more with our LST.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
But I don't think that there's much else to be found. There's some points where we can land Tanya. For example, I believe if we land her here,
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
and then detonate these explosive barrels, if she'll kindly do so. Okay, she's stuck on the other side of the fence. Never mind.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
If we unload her here, and then detonate the explosive barrels... Okay, I was hoping that would destroy the bridge, but it didn't. Ah, but the game is programmed so that if the bridge is weakened, then once the tanks approach, it explodes all the way and they can't get across. So that's just kind of a little cinematic. Then we'll destroy this bridge. And there's only one left to go. This one here, and then the mission is complete.
Yes, sir.
But as long as we're at it, let's explore the rest of the map, just for fun.
Acknowledged.
Again, you don't need to do any of this, and in fact it just makes the mission take longer.
Affirmative.
But it's cool. It's cool seeing all these neat little tricks.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
I don't know if originally the mission designer had intended to make the mission so that you had to get these guys, and then
Vehicle affirmative.
decided to make it easier to complete since it's only mission 3, but kept this in as just a little secret. Or maybe it was just supposed to be a little secret from the very beginning. I have no idea.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Alright, well we'll go ahead and use these light tanks as scouts then. They're very zippy, so they make pretty good scouts. Also, if you're good at microing with them, they're pretty effective combatants, because you can make them pretty hard to hit. Oh, there was apparently a full heal crate hidden inside that
Waiting. Affirmative.
forward command post.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Alright, well let's see what there is to see. What the heck is going on? Oh, some enemies apparently got para-dropped and Tanya killed them.
Acknowledged.
Since, as explained, she will defend herself
Acknowledged.
if she is attacked. She just won't initiate attacks against enemies.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
By the way, I would like to point something out.
Affirmative.
Sort of a huge plot hole when you consider the purpose of this mission and then look at the map layout. The point of this mission is to destroy the bridges to stop the advancement of the Soviet armor.
Affirmative.
Right? That seems sensible enough. Destroying bridges is a real-life tactic. But let's take a look at the map. So, the bridges start up here. The tanks came from here, so this is where they're coming from. We follow the road. Okay, it goes to here. Down in this direction. Over to here. And then up to here. It's a dead-end peninsula. There is literally nowhere to go. You cross this bridge, and it leads nowhere. It leads to a dead end. Where are these guys even going? Why do we have to destroy these bridges? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Obviously, the map designer was not considering the implications of the geography when he made this map. That's just kind of a funny little detail if you massively overthink things, as I like to do. Let's go ahead and destroy the bridge and end this mission. All the bridges have been destroyed, have they not? Is there a fifth bridge that I perhaps missed? Why is the mission not over? Did I make the mission bug out with all my Oh! Okay. I'm an idiot. Let's go destroy the final bridge. I think when I loaded back, I must have destroyed this bridge prior to my load, and then I didn't destroy it afterwards. Okay, now let's end the mission for real.
Mission accomplished.
Yay. So, aside from the little contradiction where the map literally leads nowhere, just to a dead-end peninsula, so destroying the bridges makes no sense. Aside from that, I definitely prefer that variation of the mission because it lacks the screw you game overs with dogs everywhere and the V2 rocket launcher hiding in the shroud that the first variant of the mission has. So yeah, I do think that that's the better of the two variants. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, it's going to be Onward to Allies Mission 4. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.